Let's talk about using FlockData to solve the client onboarding problem. What is client onboarding? Client onboarding is a regulatory process that banks are required to undertake when a company wants to open a bank account. It allows them to KYC, or Know Your Customer. It's primarily an anti-money laundering control designed to determine who owns more than 75% of a company. How does this process work? Let's take a look. Typically, a relationship manager at a bank will start incrementally gathering information from the customer via interview. This may take up to 220 steps, over half of which are manual steps, prone to human error. This is typically a process that will cost the bank between $5,000 and $30,000 each time, and it results in a very complex data structure. Let's examine that data structure more closely. This is what a company's ownership may actually look like. Typically, you will start with the company itself, understand certain characteristics such as where it's incorporated, which subsidiaries it might have, which employees within the firm have some level of ownership, and evolve your understanding bit by bit to include the investors, potentially also non-executive outside directors, and the ultimate investors in all of the holding companies that have ownership in the firm. Again, this results in a very complex picture of what the company's ownership looks like. Now, the banks have to repeat this process until they've actually gathered passport pages for the individuals who collectively own at least 75% of the firm. What do the banks do at the end when they've gathered all this information? They simply lather, rinse, and repeat. The client onboarding process is repeated for each new onboarding. For instance, if a company wants to open multiple accounts with the same bank, they will have to go through one client onboarding process for each account. This is extremely expensive and wasteful. Why do the banks do this? Because they can't store or maintain these complex data structures. FlockData gives you the ability to store, maintain, update, and query these types of complex data structures. Our unique blend of graph, search, and document data stores, as well as the ability to cross-connect those indexes and query them, is the perfect solution.